All right, St. Louis, we're going to school today, so I think you need to buckle your seatbelts. Many of you are not going to comprehend the importance of what I'm getting ready to say right away, but once you meditate on it, think for a minute, you might be able to understand it. Let's go to school. St. Louis, I want all of you to begin to think. I want you to think for a second. You got over 7 billion people in this world. 7 billion. I'm quite sure there was another 7 billion before those came and another 7 billion before they came, and we've been replenishing the world for so long. However, what we must ask ourselves, St. Louis, is why are we living in the manner in which we're living? And yes, we're dying. We're dying. But not only must we ask ourselves, why are we living this way and why are we dying? We must begin to think, why are some people suffering from autism and others are not suffering from autism? Some of them are high functioning and some of them are low functioning. Some of them have all kinds of different mental disorders. Why is that? Many of you are probably saying, well, God does what he wants to do. That's not how it works. I want you to understand one very important truth. God is not who you think God is. Because if God was who you thought he was, we wouldn't have no one suffering from autism, no one murdered, no one in mental institutions, no one eating off the trash can, unemployed, or on drugs. The reason all this is occurring is because we haven't manifested the sound of God. We literally made God a person. God is not a person like many of you perceive and believe. God is a literal perfect sound, and in order for that sound to manifest, it's imperative that we manifest that sound. We must reach a higher level of awareness, and once we reach that level of awareness, we will change our place in space and time. I want you to think for a second, St. Louis. Just imagine everyone living inside of a pot. Okay, it's a pot, of course, and there's a lid on the pot. No one can leave. But no one knows there's a place to go because this is all they know, and they can't go beyond where they know because they're not strengthening in mind. They're constantly dying and decaying, and as a result, they have come up with the understanding that they are now going to heaven, but yet they fail to realize they must contract inward, and as a result of contracting inward, they will be able to leave the place of space and time and be able to begin to see the world as it truly is. We unfortunately are in trouble. And we're in trouble because we've never came to the realization that we can become what we're seeking to find. You have the potential to become all-knowing, all-seeing. And the reason you haven't yet reached that level of understanding is because you've been on a path towards the wide gate that leads to destruction. We unfortunately are in trouble. So as I said before, why is it that some people are more intelligent than others and some people have mental disorders? The reason being is because all are in the pot and all are unfortunately illiterate and all have mental disorders, but yet you don't necessarily believe that you do because you think little Johnny does, but you have mental disorders as well. It's just that his is more severe. But the question is, can you leave the pot? If you can't leave the pot, that's clearly telling me that you are in prison, and the prison is in your mind. The time is not tomorrow. The time has come for us to be able to change the place of space and time. And if we don't change the place of space and time, all will remain the same. You will continue to perish. You will continue to see the world as you see the world. You will continue to be nasty and obnoxious, uncaring, unloving. You will continue to have a heart that's with darkness. However, if you open your eyes in this season and come to the realization that you are that diamond in the rough, you are Alpha and Omega, you are the beginning and the end, first and the last. And in order to become, you must become whole. You got the ingredients, St. Louis. Now it's time, damn it, to bake the cake. You got what it takes. I don't care what people have told you. The time is not tomorrow. The time is today to take that damn mountain. And when you get there, your light will say, well done, my good and faithful servant. May God bless you all. And remember, you got a brother here in Florida that love you so much. God bless. It's time, St. Louis. It's time. God bless.